Howdy everyone, Zale out here shooting up the new video, and yes, that's right, I'm back. Yeah! Been a long while since I've recorded anything. I don't know, get straight to the point. I have not recorded since a few reasons. I would have recorded like a few days ago, but there was a huge fire near where I live, and that turned into a big problem. Shit. But now that that's settled, not really. It's more of a risk now. But that's sort of, I don't know. So that's why I've not been That's why I've been recording in a while. So yeah. Okay, get straight to the point. Okay, now we start off on our chapter 7 on what if Deku was Captain America. And this sports festival will be pretty short because, well, I'll explain that to you in a while. But previously, we last started off on where the USJ attacked. Steve was able to kill the Nomu with his mighty shield by cutting off its head, since that's the only how you kill something. Sometimes, I don't know. And then Shigaraki was upset since he basically slapped his shield, didn't work, couldn't break. All for One explained that it's unbreakable, and Shigaraki was going to prove him wrong. And here we go. Chapter 7, the Sports Festival. And like I said, I'll be explaining why the Sports Festival episode is going to be very short. But here we go. My mouth is very dry. Okay. As the day has passed since the USJ attack, and Class 1A were on the news and became famous, and as they walked the streets, everyone's all excited about it since they were the first years that encountered villains, and I don't know. I'll just pretend how they acted on the thing. So, yeah. Shit. Class A bragged about how great they are, and other classes just belittled them and trying to scare them for the sports festival. But the class wasn't worried since they had a famous captain on their side. But the other Class B was very upset and thought this unfair. So Steve was also aware of this and also agreed to teach classes A and B, so they can have a win-win, and they can stop whining about it. As it was a week till sports festival, Steve kept training classes A and B, but mostly kept beating the absolute hell out of Bakugo for having disrespectful thoughts and actions, and classes 1B, Monoma, for being a little shit, and other reasons. As now it was time for the sports festival. Since it's been a long while since Captain America was announced to be alive and teaching at UA, a lot of people were excited for this year since Captain America was also very experienced and the first hero. A lot of people thought, hey, since he's teaching, he's not going to be that bad of a guy. I wonder who's going to teach his next generation of maggots. The day has come for the start of the festival now. It was now the start of the race. And this is the reason why Steve's not going to be part of any of that, and you know why. Since Steve was a teacher, and you all agreed for him to be a teacher, not a student, he is not going to participate in any of these things. So there's that. And yeah, this is your fault. You think you can be a teacher and do this? No, that's why. There's a consequence for him being the teacher, not being able to do anything. So that's why this is gonna be a very short special. Fuck. Okay. At the end of the race was Todoroki for first place and Ida second and Bakugo third. Steve taught Ida how to control his speed and make him go faster without bursting his engines. And for the others they're not relevant. The crowd was amazed at how the students finished the race so quickly, and instead of doing, a lot of them beat the robots very easily and quickly since they were taught more, and but after all this I think it was the original story and all that stuff. But now came for the cavalry battle. And the team where Midoriya was, it consists of the same people except for Midoriya is now Ida in his place. And for Todoroki's team, instead of Ida, it's some random old guy. As the game ended, in first place was wait, hold on. As the game ended, for the first years were more active and more, I don't know, they used their quirks more often and then fought tougher, and then it was a lot more exciting for the battle than in how it was in the original story. And for Todoroki came in second, Ida came in first, and Bakugo came in third. At this point, Bakugo felt like, I don't know, he felt the disrespect and more angrier than in the original story, since since he was always getting third place. Where was I? Now came for the big. Hold on, let me get comfortable. Okay, now came for the big event, the versus match. In the first battle, it's Kaminari versus Shinzo instead of Izuku, because obvious reasons. But Kaminari was too much of a buffoon, so Shinzo won immediately. As the other matches went the same and people got more and more impressed by the students' actions and fights and thoughts of whatever it is thanks to Captain America. And now, all that... No, my breath smells horrible, man. But now all that stupid stuff is done, and now it came for the big one. Ida versus Todoroki. Ida fought and dodged as fast as he could with the ice that Todoroki used. And even he used his fire during this fight, since Todoroki remembered during a training exercise that he and Captain America did a few weeks ago. Steve told him that his fire that he uses is no one else, it's his. So I don't know, he says whatever the freak he says in the story. I don't remember what he says, I don't pay attention. So because of what Steve said, this gave Todoroki some hope and using his fire. And Ida lost immediately. So now it's time for Todoroki versus Bakugo. They fought like originally, but Bakugo had much more anger and Todoroki had more hope to use his fire and didn't doubt it. So yeah, as they fought, bringing the audience to the edge of their seats, and Bakugo with a big explosion and Todoroki with a big flame. It broke a freaking, made a big freaking explosion. It was intense. It was like, I don't know, think of the same thing that happened earlier, so I really can't show that, but yeah. But as the smoke cleared from whatever the hell just happened, it showed Bakugo slammed into the wall and Todoroki down the stairs. Todoroki was closer, so he won by default. It came for the reward ceremony where Todoroki was in first, Bakugo second, and Ida third. But Tokoyami in his place, since Ida had to leave as All Might was told that he wasn't going to give out the rewards, everyone felt a bit more down and upset. But when they were told that Captain America was going to give them instead, everyone got even more excited than with All Might. I forget it. I was going to do a crowd thing, but forget it. As Steve was wearing a new and improved version of his American-style suit that Melissa Shield made him to wear in case he needed it again. As Steve was giving out Tokoyami his medal and was proud. As for Bakugo, Steve was still annoyed with him, so no, he didn't say anything. He just said, you know, here's your medal. Good job. I gotta go. I don't know, he really don't like him. So, yeah. As for Todoroki, Steve was glad that he used his fire, as was everyone in the crowd was cheering for the students and was excited. The festival ended and everybody left, and it was time for the next day. Not only heroes watched the whole festival and how they improvements, but also villains. And yeah, that's a quick festival since because he's a teacher, so he's not learning much. Speaking of learning, chapter 8, learning. I didn't really think about chapter 8. As days have gone by and um and people kept on talking about the festival, and classes A and B acted like celebrities, and Bakugo was just silent and filled with anger, and just at this point he was just silent. He was like, you know what, screw you guys. And as time passes, classes already had their names, their hero names, and a lot more knowledge of uh, fighting techniques and the rules of heroes and whatever. Aizawa was positive that his students would make a good choice about their internships, as the same students went to the same places as did Ida, full of anger, because you know what the hell happened. Steve heard about what happened and Ida's brother, and knew that about Ida's passion and he was inspired by his brother, and now that this happened, he's gonna get revenge and filled with hate. So, um, when Steve found out where Ida was going for the internships, Steve was just like, you know what, might as well. I'm coming with you, but I'm not gonna let you know. Make sure he doesn't do anything reckless. As the students all gathered at the train station and left back to, and Steve just went back to UA and getting ready to get this hero killer that a lot of people have talked about, and the man who killed and hurt a lot of heroes and innocents, well, mostly heroes. As Steve got a suit and shield, he left to Camino. As time has passed to just minutes before the Nomu was attacked, we found Steve on top of the roof, sitting and waiting. Just shit. Yeah, forget it. Yeah, you know what? Might as well. Yeah, freaking. Yeah, there we go. Waiting till moments have passed and a big explosion was heard. Steve quickly leaped off nearby building and just kept on running from building to building. And just freaking jumped through a window and stuff. I don't know, think of those. You know what, never mind. Similar to after he kept on going near the explosion, he saw a Nomu similar to he saw a creature similar to the one he fought like a few weeks or months ago. I don't know, they have the quick time skips in this story. Steve didn't take precautions, so he did the same thing like he did previously. He just threw the shield and was able to do the same thing and just slice off his head. That's how easy it was. Just a quick. But as the shield hit a wall and I don't know, just like deflected off the wall, went back to Steve. As he grabbed it, he ran to the next creature. He had more of a fight with this one than the other one, since since these creatures didn't really heal as good as Steve. But I don't know, he was able to knock him out quickly, since he's Captain America. He can beat your shit. I was gonna say after Steve was able to knock out these creatures, and he saw the mentor that Ida was underneath, and I can't explain it, but yeah. And he didn't know where Ida was, so Steve got cautious and worried, so I don't know, he just started running elsewhere. But elsewhere we found ourselves in holy hell, that's a good perspective. Elsewhere we found ourselves in a dark, sketchy alleyway, with the hero stunned, laid on the ground. Ida as well, with a blade jabbed through his right shoulder, held by a man called Stain. As he was about to end Ida's life, end this hero's, for being fake. As Stain was about to end Ida's life, as you hear a slight throwing, and then poof! Ah, shit, I hurt. Steve's shield was able to knock down Stain. They both have S's. It's hard to pronounce it. Stain and was he knocked him towards a wall. So I think it was this. He knocked him all the way down to that trash can, just like. And as the shield went all the way over there and came back to the direction where it came from, Steve was there. Steve was furious that this man was not only going to kill a child, but an innocent hero. That's pretty low for him, Mr. Hero Killer. As Stain was curious why Captain America was saving fake heroes, he didn't have time to think. As Steve and Stain argued, they both attacked each other, and Steve had a hard time beating Stain since he had martial arts and had blades, so yeah. But Steve had the weakness to blades, shields. So I don't know, Steve blocked every attack but still got sliced a bit. Steve ran straight towards Stain and knocked him out with his metal shield. Since Steve didn't send a distress signal, no heroes came, or Todoroki. Ida was able to get up, but not fully. Steve carried the barely unconscious hero to the city. Ida regained his strength and got the hero native as Steve got Stain, as he was tied up. But it wasn't over. The Noma with wings got Steve and Stain and flew off. Steve stabbed him with his boot knife that he had, since of course Steve has always got to have a boot knife. Freaking, that's what Captain America should have, not just a shield, but like a pistol, his boot knife, and all kinds of crazy shit. But alright. Shit, where was I? As Steve stabbed him right in the eye like how Stain did, they landed on the roof. The news reporter in the helicopter saw this loud bang or whatever the hell it was, and told the cameraman to point over there. As they saw it, and what amazed them, Captain America was Stain tied up and one of the Nomus dead by his side. I don't think of it as a majestic scene, like a badass scene where you just see like a man standing with the villain tied up to him and like a dead creature next to him. That's what's going on. As a few days have passed, Captain America was congratulated by capturing Stain and defeating the creatures. As those other heroes you see in the series, those other heroes that you see at Camino, they're bullshit. They're weak. They're weak. And in Denver, and his son just they didn't participate as much. So yeah, Ida was healed, but still hated himself for a while because of what Stain said, of him being less of a hero, more of a villain. Steve tried to cheer him up and told him that that they'll go do something and try to cheer each other up, but Ida had to go back to his internship and get some stuff off his mind. Out of everything, so. During class, Aizawa and Steve told the class that they will be needing to pass a test, and if they do, they'll be able to go to a training camp this summer. Or spring, or whatever the hell they do. And if they don't, they'll fail. So that's just it, they fail. So for a few days, Steve and the teachers of 1A and B trained their classes for something they wouldn't expect. Days have passed, or weeks, and at a building that just erased the alleyway. I didn't get the building of it. I couldn't get it. Did I? Did I? No, I didn't. I just think of. Just look at that. There we go. As classes A. In this thing. In this whole thing, like as you can tell when they all fight the teachers and stuff, it's just classes 1A. Well, in this one, it's gonna be 1A and B to make it more interesting and less of quick, boring things. So yeah. As both classes came to a building and thought that they'll be fighting robots, they got intense news and said that they will not be doing that. Instead, they'll be going against the teachers. And as not just like the principal, those other teachers and all that, even Steve. So everyone was worried, but they weren't all like freaking out about it. Maybe a little. Most of them are weak. Some of them will fail, because I don't like a lot of them. And how will classes 1A and B handle going against the mighty Captain America, the man who defeated Stain, defeated these Nomu's creatures just by one slash by his mighty shield? And this, I don't know, like, he's a very crazy dude, man. You meet him in a bar, you want to fight him? No, he's freaking 1940 steroids over here. But that's not the point. The point is, I don't know. The point is, that's it. Next episode, they'll be fighting against the teachers, Steve, classes 1A and B. And like I said, some of them will fail. And that's for you to vote who will fail, because I don't like a lot of them. I might just get rid of them without even your consent, so. Yeah. I don't know, that was a boring one. I have not done this in a long while. But next episode will not be Captain America nor Sabretooth. It's going to be my old one, actually. My What If Deku Was a Son of All for One. The whole freaking shebang of this whole series I've been doing. The start of it. But that's not the point. The point is, I'm going to be doing that next episode. I don't know how long that'll take, since, like I said, there's a fire near my house. It's still going on. We'll see what happens. And thank you for all the support you guys have been giving me. Like, at least every day there's one person subscribed. And if you're new to the channel, you know exactly what to do at the end of the videos. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And either have a nice day or either night.